Yard sales are a favorite spot for bargain hunters, offering the chance to find hidden treasures for a fraction of their true worth. Before we continue, please take some time to subscribe to Dailydose, like, and share this video. For most, it's just a place to pick up secondhand items, but for one man, a routine stop at a yard sale in Missouri City, Texas, turned into an unbelievable discovery that would make headlines across the country. Little did Emil Nodal know, his usual yard sale routine was about to take a dramatic turn-on that would leave him with a priceless collection of history. But it wasn't just the items that would shock everyone. It was his reaction to the discovery that would win him respect and admiration from everyone who heard the story. It all started with a simple visit to an estate sale. Emil loved going to yard sales and antique shows, always searching for hidden gems that others overlooked. This time, as he was rummaging through the display, a beautiful wooden dresser caught his attention. It wasn't the most grand or eye-catching piece in the room, but there was something about it that made Emil pause. The dresser had a classic design with a marble top and 3 ornate drawers underneath. It looked like it could be a real find, and when he asked about it, the seller told him it had been sitting unsold for 3 days. As a result, they had reduced the price from $300 to under $100, and they were eager to get rid of it. Emil, always on the lookout for a bargain, decided to grab it. The dresser's history intrigued him. It had belonged to the previous estate owner, who had just passed away, and it was believed to be from around 1890. A piece like that was a rare find, and Emil was happy with his purchase. However, when he got home and started to admire the piece further, something strange caught his attention. As he studied it, a subtle noise emerged. Something was rattling inside the dresser. Initially, Emil dismissed it as nothing serious, but curiosity quickly took over. Where was this noise coming from? Determined to uncover the source, Emil started carefully inspecting the dresser. He checked all the drawers, one by one, but couldn't find anything that would explain the noise. He was baffled. The dresser seemed like any other old piece of furniture, but the noise persisted. That's when Emil decided to get a little more creative. After some thought, he laid the dresser down on its back to look at it from a different angle. That's when he noticed something that had been hidden in plain sight, something that had completely eluded him and the seller. In the back of the dresser, below the 3 visible drawers, was a 4th, hidden drawer. This small, secret compartment was cleverly concealed behind a panel, and it was nearly impossible to spot unless you looked closely. Emil was stunned. How had this secret drawer gone unnoticed by the seller, by all the previous appraisers, and even by the family who had owned the dresser for decades? Without hesitation, he opened the drawer, and what he found inside left him speechless. Inside the hidden compartment was a collection of items that had been long forgotten, a set of military medals, dog tags, a lock of hair, and a variety of currencies. But that wasn't all. Emil's eyes widened as he realized the items were not only valuable in monetary terms, but they were also rich with historical significance. Some of the items dated back to the Civil War, and it was clear that the dresser had been a secret storage space for precious keepsakes from a time long past. The value of what he had found was beyond anything Emil could have imagined. These items were estimated to be worth over $15,000. But that wasn't the only twist in the story. Despite the incredible treasure Emil had uncovered, he didn't feel right about keeping it. Unlike most people who would have happily pocketed the money, Emil was a man of integrity. As a former Marine, he had a strong sense of honor and knew that these items belonged to someone else, someone who had a right to them. He had bought the dresser, not the hidden history inside it. In a moment that would leave people stunned, Emil decided to return the treasure to the rightful family. It was the right thing to do, and he felt a sense of duty to ensure that the items were returned to their proper home. Emil contacted Premier Estates, the company that ran the sale, and made arrangements to return the items to the family of the original owner. The next of kin, who had arranged the estate sale, was deeply moved by the gesture. They had no idea the dresser held such valuable historical artifacts. The items weren't just priceless because of their financial worth, but because they held sentimental value. For the family, the items represented a connection to their ancestors, and Emil's act of kindness brought them unexpected joy and gratitude. This incredible story of discovery and integrity made headlines across the country. Emil became a local hero, not just for finding a treasure, but for doing the right thing when others might have kept the items for themselves. His story inspired many, showing that honesty, honor, and respect for history still have a place in today's world. As news of Emil's selfless act spread, his story was picked up by local media and even national outlets. People were in awe not just of the valuable treasure he had uncovered, but of the moral integrity he showed in returning it. In an age where many are tempted by material gain, Emil's decision stood as a reminder of the importance of doing what's right, no matter the cost. The family of the original owner, who had been unaware of the hidden treasure within the dresser, expressed their deepest gratitude. They shared that the dresser had been a beloved piece in their family for generations, and it held significant sentimental value to them. To them, the discovery wasn't just about the money, it was about preserving a piece of their family's history. Emil's actions brought back not just valuable artifacts, but a sense of connection to their ancestors that they hadn't expected to find. As for Emil, the whole experience had a profound impact on him. He didn't go into the yard sale with any expectations of uncovering something valuable, and yet his life had been changed in an unexpected way. The thrill of finding something hidden away for years was exciting, but the real satisfaction came from knowing he had done the right thing. He had always believed that items were meant to be cherished and shared, not hoarded. Returning the items felt like he had honored the memory of the people who had lived and loved with them. Emil's actions also sparked a wider conversation about yard sales, antiques, and the hidden treasures that might lie in our own home. Many people began to reevaluate the items they kept in their attics or basements, wondering what treasures they might be overlooking. Emil's story reminded everyone that some of the most valuable things aren't necessarily the ones with a price tag. They're the ones that carry history, memories, and stories. Emil also received recognition from his community and beyond for his honesty. He was invited to talk shows, interviews, and even received a few offers to collaborate on various charitable projects. His story had resonated with so many people, showing them that doing the right thing could lead to something far more rewarding than money or fame. In the months following the discovery, Emil continued with his usual visits to yard sales, but he did so with a renewed sense of appreciation. He didn't expect to find another treasure, like the one from Missouri City, but he now knew that sometimes the real treasure is not about the value of the items, but about the connections they hold, the people they bring together, and the memories they preserve. Though the discovery and return of the items marked the end of one chapter, Emil had unknowingly started a new one in his life. He began to feel a sense of purpose beyond his personal achievement. He was invited to speak at local schools, urging students to make ethical decisions and showing them that doing what's right could lead to personal growth. He became a role model for many, not because of the treasure he found, but because of the character he displayed in handling it. As for the dresser, it was returned to its rightful family, who ensured it was preserved as a family heirloom. Emil had unknowingly become part of a new family's history, and in doing so, he had earned a place in their hearts forever. Emil's story shows us that the real treasures in life aren't always the ones that can be sold for money. They are often the ones that carry the greatest emotional value. Whether it's a piece of family history, a memory that's been passed down, or the kindness of a stranger returning what was lost, these are the things that hold true worth. And Emil Nodal proved that sometimes the best discoveries are the ones that remind us of what's truly important in life.